Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? I talk about this idea of closing the gap a lot. Like, what does that mean? How do you close the gap? How do you show up? How do you live life on your terms? And ultimately, it comes down to education. It comes down to your willingness to learn. It comes down to putting yourself in a position where you can find the answers to the problems that are happening in your life that you didn't even know that were happening, or that you do know are happening that you need a solution for. And that's really what it's all about, learning. I was not studious as a kid. I was not studious in any capacity. Part of it, the biggest part of it, was growing up in trauma and knowing that every single day, like, and I mean this literally, at times my life was on the line. And so to be focused on school felt seemingly impossible when every single day I was worried about, yo, am I going to die today? Am I going to eat today? Am I going to walk through my front door and my stepdad's going to put me in the hospital? Am I going to walk through my front door and my mom's going to be overdosing and having a seizure and I'm going to have to call 911 again? And, that's the thing about it. When you grow up in a traumatic environment, when you grow up in a place where adverse experiences are happening, education is the furthest thing from the thing that you care about. Let me tell you, I know this firsthand. And so what I decided to do when I hit my mid-20s, you guys know about my rock bottom moment, 350 pounds, smoking 2 packs a day, drinking myself to sleep. One of my brothers has never talked to me again. I was 50 grand in debt. My life was a freaking disaster. And I had this opportunity. It was wild because I remember I was just on the internet and I saw this ad. Like, we all see ads now. We're used to it, right? But I saw this ad from Brendan Burchard. Excuse me. If you don't know Brendan is the high performance guy. He is the guy that people come to when they need to go to the next level. And when I found this ad about a decade ago, I had just really kind of started getting into this journey. I've really just kind of started learning. And the ad was for a $49 course. Now, guys, let me tell you where my mindset was when I did that. When I saw that ad, when that came through on the internet for $49, Brendan said, guys, I will change your life. I have the tools right here that can change your life forever if you're willing to accept them. And I remember being like, man, this dude can't help me. What? And this is literally my thought. Now, you guys have to understand something. I am a biracial kid from the hood with no high school diploma. I was like, what is this white guy that went to college going to do to help me? That was like the ultimate, the ultimate fixed mindset, right? I had already predetermined whether or not I was going to have success by the very words that I was using. As I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this, I'm reading it, and it was like, discover things about yourself that'll change your life. Learn the tools that all these other successful people have learned, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yo, well, I'm already 50 grand in debt. What's another 50 bucks? And I took out my credit card and I bought that program. And that was a decade ago. And that one singular decision, guys, I'm not even playing with you right now. That one singular decision changed the trajectory of my life forever. Because I realized something as I was in that course, that for the first time, I was betting on myself. I was looking at my life and I was like, yo, wait a second. I did something for me that wasn't about cars or clothes or drugs or parties. I did something for me that was about making my life better, making my life different, learning something, going forward. And as I went through that course, it was online and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, this is wild. Because at one point I looked down at my shoes. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm a Jordans guy. That's how we, flexed when I was a kid. To this day, like if I go somewhere nice, I'm pulling out these nice grips. Like, I'm not even joking. I'll bring out the J's that are in the box that have been worn like 4 times. Go watch the video. There's a video of me speaking in Dallas. And these are what I'm talking about. These Jordans that they'd been worn like 1 time ever. And I was like, oh, I'm getting on stage. I'm going to put these on. Cause I'm not, I'll wear suits sometimes, but I don't want to wear suits while I'm speaking. Same thing in New York City, different pair of J's, leather jacket, backwards hat, like the whole 9. And so anyway, I'm looking down at my shoes one day And it dawned on me, guys, if you hear what I'm about to say, this might change your life. It's dawned on me. I had spent more money on my shoes than I did on my life. Think about that. More money on the car, more money on the clothes, more money on the going out to eat than I spent in my life. When I was 20, my friend's girlfriend gave me a copy of Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. Now, I'm 20 years old. She comes up, she's on the upstairs, she knocks on my bedroom door. She says, "Hey, can I come in and talk to you for a second?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, I'm sitting here, I'll distinctly remember this. Like, I'm stoned off my ass. I'm sitting there, like, "What do you got? What do you want? Like, what do you want?" I'm doing stuff. And she goes, "This book might be something that could change your life." Now, look, I'm 20-year-old me. You can't tell me nothing. Like, I'm not even playing. You can't tell me nothing. So, all right, cool. I take the book. She walks out. Literally that night, y'all, I threw that book in the trash can. I wouldn't even take free personal development. And the irony about that book, I'm 36, and I go into a Goodwill and there's a brand new copy of Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, on the shelf in the books for like, I think it was like $1, $2. And I open it, literally, you know, when you open a new book and the spine cracks, that's what happened. I opened the new book and the spine cracked. And I was like, oh my gosh,